any comment about
She
that.
said, "You are." She said enough because she said, "Huh." So she said enough.
I'm like dumbfounded. I mean, you just believe in true love, I guess. Like, love is.
Well, what the hell do you believe in?
Love has its
You're
parameters.
you're on some regular shit. You're on some true love shit.
Yeah.
Kelly.
You were probably on the same thing a little too.
Well,
though.
for me, what could I do it? It would depend. First of all, I don't want to date. I said this earlier. I don't want to date somebody who doesn't have his shit together.
Okay.
Again,
guess if
when
you're on a
I'm looking
journey
for
and
my
making
man or
moves.
my husband, I'm
I
not
ain't gonna
going
be the
down to
breadwinner,
Lower
though.
Wacker to find him and say, "Hey, baby, this is your lucky day. Come
Lower
home with
Wacker.
me."
Right.
You know, I'm not going to. But if I'm in a situation where we're together and you should fall short and you've been so damn good to me all the while, yeah, I'll be reciprocal. And at that time you're invested, so you love him. So you're not gonna like, okay, well, fuck it, all the nice shit you've done to me, sorry, bye-bye.
Yeah,
you wouldn't
no,
do,
I agree
I'm
with
not,
that.
my heart is not that.
Right.
I would do whatever. First of all, I am that type of person where I would help my guy. Like, hey, babe, you should do this. What about getting the business? I'm always, because I'm an entrepreneur, and I would like, to be with an entrepreneur so that we can understand each other on that level and make the maximum cash flow. And if I don't, and he's a hard worker, then like I said earlier, he's going to have, if he's not an entrepreneur, he's going to have to be a hard worker.
Right.
He can be white collar or blue collar. Overtime, that shit, whatever you got to do, work hard, and we can build in other ways.
Are you cool with being the breadwinner?
I have been
For
the
good?
breadwinner in a lot of my relationships throughout the years, and
been
I've not been the
satisfied?
breadwinner. Say it again.
Have you been
said, "Are you satisfied?"
Yeah, satisfied with that?
Am I would I be? Have I been satisfied with that? Well, yeah. It did. I'm like you now. I guess that would have to depend.
What's the definition of breadwinner?
the person
Because
who's
when I said
okay.
it, I just meant like I just make more money than him. I
That's-
didn't
that's-
mean
that's
that he
pretty-
wasn't making nothing.
Okay, but that's typically what when you say the breadwinner, that's pretty
Yeah, I
universally.
mean the one
known.
that like supports everybody, but yeah, they make something. But
Well,
but yeah, it's typically the supporter. You might make some cash or whatever, but you're paying the mortgage, and
well, let me.
Oh, I've never been in that space.
Oh,
I've
no.
never been in that space.
That's
I
not
have
a
made,
change. That's
I've
totally
made
changed.
more than guys that I've dated.
Yeah.
But I've never been in this. If I'm in a household with somebody, and I've only been in a household with my husband, so this doesn't really apply to me. I would say moving forward. If I'm in a situation where I'm in the house with my guy and I'm making more money and he's already my guy and we've already had the best life ever and now he's gotten laid off or some shit
Right.
happened,
Yeah.
I'm not gonna be like bye bye
Yeah.
boy.
Right.
Like
One
who
of
could
my-
do that?
That's
was
different.
right.
I
That's
agree with that.
different.
That's
Would I
right.
walk into a situation knowing that
He
you know
can't support you.
he can't
and what you're
support
trying to
me
do.
and what I'm up to, or himself, or he
Plus,
ain't
like, the
about
He
legal-
has to
nothing.
be able to
Like-
support himself. So I guess
At
I
the
shouldn't
very-
have
at
said
the very
breadwinner
least.
because I feel like he should be able to support himself.
He should be able to buy his own goddamn
Because-
toiletries.
Yeah, because I think that tells you something about a person if you walk into a situation he just can't do nothing for himself.
Yeah. And
That's
something for me too, because
pretty
I'm a
whack.
girly girl. Like I ain't gonna lie. Like I enjoy a guy like, hey baby, let's go out, let's
Yeah.
get together, let's
Yeah.
And I
Exactly.
don't mind. Okay, if you're in a situation where you're being treated like a princess, you're going out on dates, your guy got the bill. I'm a believer in, okay, at some point, bitch, can you pay a bill? You know what I'm saying? Like being
Yeah.
reciprocal. Like I'm okay with that. Like some girls like, oh no, let him pay until the end. I don't think that's fair. I don't think that's
Yeah,
fair.
I know.
I don't
Because
think that's fair.
This stuff that I'm saying is not based off of experience because I've never been with a guy who like couldn't take care of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
The humanitarian in me is saying that I would do that.
Yeah.
But I'm
One of my
wondering
girlfriends
now.
says the same thing. Well, my friend is a social worker, and
know.
she said that she'd be okay with him staying home with the kids and
And her working.
her
I
being the
don't
primary-
know about
I couldn't go
that.
that far.
I
primary
don't know
for
about
provider.
that. I
I
don't
guess
know about
that's what I
that.
think of it.
As I'm sitting here thinking, I'm just thinking about myself and, our synergies have to match.
Yeah.
It doesn't mean that you have to be the same as me,
Yeah.
but our synergies need to match, if that makes sense.
That does
So,
make sense.
I don't think that I would match with someone who was okay with letting me be okay with
That is.
me supporting him.
Yeah.
Do we have an extra
Yeah.
mic so she can just drop it? Do we have extra mic so she can drop
I
it?
guess that's what it is. It's not necessarily that I have a problem with it, but I think that
No.
the guy that's okay with that and just comfortable with that, I
Yeah.
don't think we would be in tune with each other.
Right.
Because, like, what do you like in relationships? Like, for me, I'm a traditional girl in a relationship. I like to be. You
Yeah.
know, so I and you are a product of your environment, right? So I grew up not necessarily having a relationship with, like, my grandfather, really, because I was raised by my grandparents. He was like my guy. You know what I mean? Like, and I saw him provide. And so for me, he taught me a lot about generosity. He taught me a lot about generosity. He taught me a lot about love and everything like that. And I was very spoiled rotten, I will admit it. But I got a chance to learn how to interact with someone who really, really loved me. So I would get up and help him get ready for work in the morning. Like, my grandfather, first of all, who is 2 hours early for work? Sit your ass down. That's too damn. But that was my grandfather. He's from the South. He was never late. And 40-something, he has a plaque. He's deceased now, rest his soul. But he had a plaque that said 40 years plus and never late. Never late or absent.
Wow. Solid.
Wow.
40 years. And he was always 2 hours early. He used to work for American Airlines, and we worked at O'Hare, and I would go sometime. You know, this was back in the day where they had, you push the cart back and you get a quarter, and they had like the, what do you call that, the game room and stuff like that. So I would go, this is old school O'Hare. And so he would my grandfather had big hands. He would give me 2 big handful of quarters while he's working. I'm playing with myself. Oh shit, that didn't sound right. That is
All right.
I'm playing by myself. Pac-Man. Okay. She's cut off. Sexy Vegan Wine Girl is officially cut off now. So I'm playing the video, what is it? What am I trying? The arcade. You know what I mean? And so, and just that kind of thing. He was just showing me whatever he had to show me to tell me that love is real, generosity is real, and it is okay to, you know, love and someone be nice to you and take care of you.
Absolutely.
So then,
Taught you that at a young age.
oh yeah, at a young age, he definitely did. And so then he would also, before he would leave to go to work, if I didn't go to work with him that day, he would say, well, what would you like, baby? And so, like, what would I, you know, and I was a fat ass. I think I want your McDonald's, I want your pizza, I want something like whatever. I want a big bag of Doritos, you know. And he would make sure when he came home, he would make sure.
You used to eat McDonald's?
Yes, ma'am, honey. Yes, ma'am. I was
Cheeseburger?
baby, how about a quarter pounder and a Big Mac on your ass? Yes, ma'am. And so, but he would, anything I had on the list that I wanted, he would bring back when he came home. Like, I like the feeling of that. I don't know. I like feeling that. And so when he passed and I spoke at his funeral, I really, you know, I was going to break down anyway, but what really broke me down was when his best friend came up to me and said how beautiful my speech was about him. And he says, let me tell you what the other side of that list looked like. He saw my grandfather running over here, running over there, doing, and it just like broke me down because there's an experience of your request.
Yeah.
You know, I can get emotional now. Like, I love that man I love. Oh my God, I miss him so much. But I'm just saying, like, damn, I'm like, and was demanding. Okay, I want this. I want some White Castles, and I want some this and that. And he was like, okay. And he was like, he never said no. My grandfather was so generous. He had like wore these cowboy boots. He had money in each boot. He had money. He was an abundant person. That's where I got it from. He was about abundance. You know, if I wanted something, he said, well, how much does it cost, baby? I'm like, well, it's $19.99. Just give me $20. No, I have more than enough. He would give me 40 or 50. I was so spoiled. I'm 9 years old. At any given time, I've got $50 in my pocket. I'm like, ice cream for everybody on the block. I was balling, honey. You get an ice cream. You get an ice cream cone. Who wants some baked beans in here? Anybody want some Doritos? I was a ball at 9 years old because he's
Yeah.
really spoiled us. So yeah. So I guess, and I'm not saying my man has to do that, but he better be close to.
Right, that's
But
like,
at least if I ask you for something, like, okay, babe, can you bring me a bottle of wine? I'm like, at the very least, can you do it? Please don't ever say no.
Well, that is the very least.
Yeah.
You said don't ever say no?
I'm just saying.
Oh, okay.
It's a bottle of wine. No, I'm just saying. No, I do have a negative relationship with the word no. I do. I break out in hives and everything. Like I don't ever need to hear it. No, but I'm just saying. No, I'm realistic. Like I'm realistic. No, I'm realistic. I mean, you know, with this economy right now, I mean, you know, it's not that. But at the end of the day, I'm going to be a traditional woman. I'm going to cook. I'm going to look out for you in the ways that I'm supposed to as your woman.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so I'm just looking for that reciprocity.
That's a good point because I feel like a lot of times, you know, guys have expectations of what they want their woman to be.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, they don't expect that we have expectations of what we need them to be because a woman is going to perform the way that a woman is supposed to as long as the man is doing what he's supposed to do. You know, a lot of guys like submissive women, for example. And I feel like submission comes naturally when the guy is doing what he's supposed to do.
Yes.
And I think that that's a very important thing because even in dating, you know, I've experienced where a guy wants you to do this and wants you to do this, and they don't want you to be controlling and blah, 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 blah. And it's just like, I'd be looking like, sir, what am I supposed to be submitting to? What is it? No, I don't trust you telling me to just go and do something because you're not giving me any reason to feel like I can just submit to your demands or submit to what you're telling me to do. Like, you have to give me a reason to trust and believe in you. And when you do that, when you fulfill your role that you're supposed to fulfill, only then can you expect me to fulfill.
So you want your man
mine.
to be able to lead you, but just not lead you into a ditch.
Yeah, that's the way it's supposed to be.
That's what it's supposed to be.
No woman in her right mind is going to submit to a man if she's unsure if he's going to lead her to a ditch. I mean, even the man, if you ask the man, it just doesn't make sense. If they think about that, really sit back and think about it, it would make no sense to him because it doesn't make sense.
Yeah. It doesn't make sense.
At all. Exactly. So I feel like if we can come together and like work as a team, man and woman,
that would
talk
be
stuff
nice.
out, communicate, that we can really get somewhere at that point because we won't have these expectations of each other and then feel like we're attacking one another. It kind of just needs to be laid out on the table like, hey, if you do this, this, and this, you don't got to worry about me because I'm going to automatically come through and do what I'm supposed to do as a woman. It's just human nature.
Yeah. It's just human nature.
If you're dealing with a woman who's capable of being a woman, they can't compare it to some woman who's not capable of being a woman. There's a lot of females out here that are not capable of being a woman because they haven't been taught how to be a woman. So they don't know. You can't compare it to that. You have to be already dealing with somebody who's capable of doing that and who just knows that. And if they play their part, we're naturally going to play our part.
Do you feel like you are alpha I know you're alpha in business. I am too. But do you feel like you're alpha in your relationship or more submissive?
Again, I feel like I'm submissive if I'm in a relationship, and the reason why is because if I even get in a relationship, it's because I already trust the guy to do what he's supposed to do because I'm not in a relationship right now.
Okay.
But I'm not controlling in a relationship. I used to be, and I realized that it was not the way to be. And once I learned that, it was a very valuable lesson for me. I actually learned it from one of my exes.
Say more about that. What happened?
He just used to tell me, like, you know, you can't be controlling about this, you can't be controlling about that. And it was actually something that, unfortunately, I had learned from my family because I saw them, the way that they interacted with their men. But at the same time, they did it on a different level. Like for my mom, for example, she's a little controlling, but at the same time, her and my stepdad have an amazing relationship. Like she goes out with other guys, not like that, but like.
Do we have to get mama on the mama come on this couch and teach us these young girls a thing or two about how to do that? How you pulling that off, mama? What are you talking about? Is it business? If it's business, I do understand
Friends, not business at all.
that. Really?
Just friends, even if she's dated them before. They are.
Wow. I don't know any man who would go for that.
They both do it. She lets him go out with his female friends or women he's dated before. He has let.
I know somebody know that has never happened in life.
He has let my dad come and stay with them, and she lets his ex.
Baby, your mama and them secretly swinging. I don't care what nobody says.
No, my mama is not. I swear, like, nope. They have the type of relationship where they just feel like they created their own type of partnership. And so
that's marriage, though. You can create the type of relationship you want.
Exactly. So that's where they're at. They're happily married still.
How many years?
I really don't remember. They're older though. He's like 68 or something. She's 63. I can't remember how long they met. It's been since I was like 7. So that be telling my age.
Oh, you ain't gotta talk about that.
Over 25 years.
At least.
Yeah, at least. So
I don't think I don't. No, ma'am.
That's how they do it, and they're cool with that. Like, just for example,
could you do that though? Could you let your man go out to dinner, let's say, with his ex? You know, they've slept together. You know, he at one point loved her. Can you do that if they're not on business? I couldn't.
I can't automatically say no. Like, a part of me wants to say I don't care. It really just depends on your trust level and the type of relationship that you have with a guy, because this is one thing that I learned. Oh, that's my phone. I'm sorry.
That's okay.
Sure.
Okay.
Just so that I stop hearing it, I'll hold it in my hand. Thank you. It depends on the trust level that you have with the guy. One thing that I have learned, and the reason why I have kind of like fell back from trying to be in control, is I've learned that certain things are going to rule themselves out of different people's lives. And you don't have to interfere with it at all. You don't have to do anything. So if he's feeling like he's in a space where he wants to go out with his ex, I feel like, number one, the fact that he's even telling you this is a big step. Because a lot of people won't even say anything at all. They'll just hide it. But once that step is made and you find out, what do you do? I think that's something that we just struggle with in general. What do you do when you find out? And that's because it's like, number one, if a guy finds out, he's going to go crazy. Guys are not able to, like, deal with the things that they dish out. That's what I feel.
That's called a fact.
They're not able to. So as a woman, it's like, what are you going to do if you find out he's going out with his ex? Are you going to have a fit? Or are you going to be like, okay, I'm okay with it. What are you going to do? I would not be okay with that.
I would not be okay with that.
It.
No, ma'am.
And I would say something to him about it. But if he continues to do it, then what are you going to do?
Good night.
But what if you don't know?
That's true. Then you just, but what happens in the dark always,
comes to the light.
Yeah. So, and me, I mean, I'll start off with feeling a certain way, and I'll be doing my minor investigation, and then at some point it'll be exposed if I'm given that situation. But no, I don't think that.
Happen.
You can have male and female friends. Like, ain't nobody living in a bubble or a fucking box.
But it shouldn't be your.
But you and your ex should not be still kicking it like
there's
that.
no point.
Because there's no point. Absolutely.
Yeah.
And then, especially without me or behind my back, and it's not even fucking business. Y'all just going out
Just talking.
dancing. Are you just spending money on somebody else just for the hell of it?
No, that is very true.
I'm not. I'm a no to that.
That's very true.
I'm a no to that.
That's very true.
Yeah.
So.
Well, I have certainly enjoyed myself. We have had, you want to join us and close out, Mama? You need your two, you good?
I'm good.
Okay, Kelly is good. She's had her fair share. And we're going to just end this now, but I, you know what, thank you. But you got to come back and talk about your business.
Okay,
you know,
sure.
you'll come, yeah, because I'm telling you, this girl is so inspirational. She is a beast out here in these business streets.
Thank you.
And I'm so proud of you.
Thank you.
You are absolutely doing it. And so we'll talk about that the next time you join us.
Okay, I appreciate that, sis.
So anyway, guys, so that's it. I mean, so much we didn't get to today, but we have covered a lot. I mean, we've been here for at least a very long time. But all I have to say, is be careful. If you're online dating, that's fine. Be careful. If you're dating someone, you meet someone in person, be careful. There are a lot of crazy people out here. We've got all kind of stupid stuff happening. Just pray before you go out on the date and make sure you've, found out something about this guy. You've looked at his profile, given it that he's telling the truth about it, or you've spoken on the phone with him at least a few times and you feel like, follow your intuition. You'll get that whisper. You'll get that intuition. Intuition is very important, right? And so if you in your gut feeling feel like, I don't think something off about him, fuck that meal and that drink. Don't do it. It's not worth it. All right. Anyway, guys, please comment below if you've liked this video. If you like this video, please follow me, Sexy Vegan Wine Girl, on all social media. Give me your comments. Please like and share and tell your world about me, honey. We gets it in over here. Until next time, we love you. Drink responsibly. Bye.